Hello there, Jonathan Rayo here with Simplified Guitar, and in this lesson, I want to teach you how to play the song Find Me by Jonathan David and Melissa Helser. This song was recommended by Patron Jolene Mayo. Thank you, Jolene, for your song suggestion. What I'm going to do first is play all the way through the song, and then at the end, I'll break it down and explain it to you in more detail. So make sure to stick around for that. I will also make sure to go over some finger picking on how to finger pick this song instead of just strum it as well. So make sure to stick around for that. For now, let's go ahead and play through the song.
I fall down upon the ground, press my face against the earth, till my heart it rises over my head. As the weed it bows down low, when the autumn wind blows, I kneel before the one I love. Find me grateful, find me thankful, find me on my knees. Find me dreaming, find me singing, find me lost in your grace, like the dust that you first held in the garden where you knelt. Pull me up against your face again, till the breath of your hope fill the depths of my soul, till all I know is I've been found by love. Find me grateful, find me thankful, find me on my knees. Find me dreaming, find me singing, find me lost in your grace. Be grateful, find me thankful, find me on my knees. Find me dreaming, find me singing, find me lost in your grace. Find me grateful, find me thankful, find me on my knees. Find me dreaming, find me singing, find me lost in your grace.
All right, now before I break this song down, if you would like to check out the chord chart for this song, you can click right up there to head over to the Patreon page. Now, for this song, I'm going to be playing with the G chord family, and I've got my capo on the 3rd fret. So that means we're going to be in the key of G, G sharp, A sharp, or B flat, depending on how you want to call that. But I'm using the G chord family, so I'm playing the G chord. The next chord we're going to have is an E minor chord, which looks like this. And this is going to be an E minor 7 alternative. You could just play a regular E minor chord like this with just 2 fingers. The reason I use this E minor 7 is because it's going to make transitioning within this song a lot easier. because we never have to move our third and fourth finger. They just stay there for the entire song, so you only have to think about your first and second finger for the whole song. Okay, so we got that E minor 7, and then we have a C add 9. Make sure you don't strum that low E string for the C add 9. And this one also, this is an alternative to the C major. You could play a C major if you want. But again, this is going to make our transitions easier, and it's going to make for a nice unified sound because we have those common strings at the bottom that stay the same for the whole song. So we've just got those 3 chords for this whole song, a G, E minor, and C chord, and that's going to be it. Okay, for strumming, we're going to be using the driving pattern, which is a nice, easy 4-beat strum pattern. We're going to be strumming down on every beat with an up strum added after beat 4, and then the pattern repeats. But you want to make sure that you're putting emphasis on beat 1 and 3. So every other beat, we're going to be strumming harder. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So that's our strum pattern right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. The progression for this song, we've got the G for 2 measures. We switch to the E minor for 2 measures, then to the C add 9 for 2 measures, and then back to the G for 2 measures. And then that's going to repeat back on the G for 2 measures, and so on. So that progression right there, very, very simple progression, and that's repeated for the whole song. All the verses and all the choruses is that same progression over and over again. So it's a nice, easy song to pick up and learn. All right, now if you want to finger pick this song, this makes for a really nice finger picking song. I'm going to show you a pattern that you can use to do this. So the way this is going to work, some people like to call this the Travis picking pattern. Basically what we're going to be doing is our thumb, this is a 4-beat song, so we've got, or it's in 4/4 time, if we're talking about time signatures. So we've got 4 beats per measure. So what I'm going to be doing with my thumb is I'm going to be plucking, I'll show you. So I'm going to be plucking the root note of the chord. So if I'm playing a G chord, that's where we're going to start. Beat 1, I'm plucking the low E string, okay? Then beat 2, I'm going to pluck the D string, okay? So let me make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, so I'm going to be plucking the root note of the chord on beat 1, and then the D string on beat 2, 3, and 4, okay? And that's going to be our 4 beats. And that's what I'm doing with my thumb. So if you want to think about this, this finger picking pattern kind of as what your thumb is doing, separate from what your other fingers are doing. It's a good way to separate it and to learn it in chunks. So that's what our thumb is going to be doing. E string or root note on beat 1, and then your D string on beat 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so you can kind of learn it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when we go to the E minor, that's going to be the same. Okay, we're playing the low E string and the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we go to the C add 9, our thumb is now going to start on the A string. So it's going to go from the A string on beat 1 and then the D string on beat 2, 3, and 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to G with the thumb on the low E string for beat 1. Okay, so that's what our thumb is doing. Then what we need to fill in the gaps or the spaces between the beats. We're going to fill that in with our first and second finger. Okay, so after beat 1 on the and, or the space between the beats, our first finger is going to pluck that's going to be the G string. So we're going to have 1 and 2. And then after beat 2 on the and, our middle finger is going to pluck the B string. Okay, beat 3, our thumb is on the D string. Beat 4, I'm sorry, on the and after beat 3, our thumb is going to pluck the G. Beat 4, thumb is on the D. The and after beat 4, our second finger on the B string. So basically we're alternating with the first and second finger. Your first finger is going to stay on the G string, and your second finger is going to stay on the B string, and you're just going to alternate between those two. Okay, so you're alternating between those two strings in the spaces between the beats. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? And then our E minor, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the C, our thumb goes to the A string, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then back to G. Now, something you could do also to add a little bit more variety to this is you can let your second finger on one of those plucks. Instead of plucking the B string, you can let it pluck the high E string the second time you use your second finger in a measure. And that just creates a little bit more variety in that pattern. So we can do something like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So on the and after beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's what the finger picking pattern would sound like, and this is what it sounded like if you play along and sing the song with it.
I fall down upon the ground, press my face against the earth, till my heart it rises in my head. As the weed it bows down low when the autumn wind blows, I kneel before the one I love.
Okay, so that's how you can finger pick that song if you want to do that instead of strumming. Again, it's a very nice, simple progression, so it's a nice song to try to fit in some finger picking as well. So if you have any questions about this song, feel free to ask me. Let me know. You can make any questions, post any of your questions in the comment section of this post on my Patreon page, which again, you can click right up there to head over and do that if you would like. I hope to see you in the next class. Until then, take care.